What is up, legends? We are back and HypeWatch. So, if you are new to HypeWatch, what I do on HypeWatch is to talk about PC and mobile gaming. And what I'm gonna be doing in this particular video is this might be long at the end because I have to explain a few things. Namely, what exactly do I do, because that was asked recently, and the state of mobile gacha. And we're gonna get to that at the end. Let's get right into the games. And the very first game might be the most interesting one here. Not the best, obviously, because it's retro and cheesy and all that type of stuff, but it might be the most interesting one. And it's called Punch Club 2. Now, the way that this game works is you're kind of like a boxer trying to make it big, but it has a lot of retro tropes that are kind of cool. Like, you know, there's a little bit of Knight Rider, and yes, Knight Rider in there. There's a little bit of Contra, River City Ransom. It has a lot of throwbacks from a lot of different games that you might be interested in. It's only $20 right now. And as you can see, very positive on the reviews. This recently came out, and it's a pretty cool game. Not on one necessarily that I would put on my channel, but I definitely want to talk to you guys about it because it might be one of the sleeper hits of the year on Steam right now. Like, people are really talking about how good this game is. It's one of those games that looks kind of old school, that if it came out in old school, it would probably be legendary. That's how good this game is, so just keep it in mind. Next up is Diablo 4. The new season came out, and it's actually kind of fun. A lot of people were complaining about it because they nerfed a bunch of stuff, and what they did is they nerfed a lot of stuff that kind of was broken. Arguably, it was broken. Like, vulnerability in this game was hella broken, and they nerfed that, and that was basically a chance to make enemies. It's basically defense break. Defense break. That's what vulnerability is in this game, and they nerfed that a little bit. A lot of people didn't like that. And the servers, Blizzard notoriously will not buy enough slots. And what I mean by that in servers is what they won't get enough slots to handle like millions of people, because millions of people usually play and pay too, play these games. And Blizzard, for 15 years, they have never done that correctly, ever. So I don't even know why anybody was shocked about how yesterday went. It's a lot better today, though. Like, it's better. Obviously, they bought more slots. They put more whatever they had to do in the servers, and now it's kind of like fine. But yesterday was a hot mess. But it's fun. The new heart system makes things better. I did start over, which pissed me off because I was like level 70. I started over, and I'm already back up to like level 20 right now. I'm just going to take my time over the weekend and rock it out. And again, like I said, on Twitter, if you guys follow me on Twitter. If not, link in the description. Follow me on Twitter and all that type of stuff. Like and subscribe, all that type of stuff too. If you see me in game or you want to run around in game, I run around with people in the community when they ask. So if you see me or you want to play and co-op and everything else, I'm in the world. Usually towards the evening, Eastern Standard Time, and on the weekends is when I play. I get not during the day because I'm like busy doing stuff like this. So. Yeah. Next up, on the mobile side, we have Space Troopers. Now, Space Troopers I actually covered before. This is roguelike, and it's kind of a cool roguelike. So I already did a video on this. This is the official launch of it right now. Like, literally just came out. So if you want to try the game out, here it is. It's a pretty cool roguelike game where you have gacha elements and things like that, and you just got to get good. So hopefully you like it. Next up, we have Mobile Party. Mobile Party, the best I can say is just kind of like just try it out, because what it is it's kind of like city or Subway Surfer. That's the word I was trying to get out. Subway Surfer. That's what this kind of like is. Trust me, it's interesting. You might end up liking it. So have at it. Age of Legends Origins. This is a RPG manager. Like I said, I don't usually do these that much, and I kind of like when they come out, maybe do like once a week, and then the rest of them I'll throw out here for you guys to see. I know people like this as far as this type of game, because you can just come in and absorb all the content in 1 to 2 days and then move on to the next one. Like, it gives you a sense of progression and feeling strong because you can get towards the end really quick. And that's what they're meant for. They're throwaway games. So, you know. And Dream Traveler is kind of like if you ever play Arrow Hero or those type of games. This is roguelike as well. They usually give you gacha elements in this as well. You get stronger, so you'll be able to go further and further in the content until you eventually beat it. This is another game where it's typically like a throwaway type of game where you can just come in and, you know, get the content and go. Fortress Saga AFK. I so want to like get time to actually play this game. I don't have time to play this game, but as you can see, it is like this recently came out. It's not bad. It's actually not bad. This is more so they have a little bit more on the stuff that you can actually do. As you can see, it's more of a idle type of AFK game, but has some quality in it. So if there's one that you will play this week, it's probably going to be this one that you should play. Again, I just haven't found time for it. Maybe I will this weekend, maybe I won't. But if I don't, definitely try it out when you see this on Sunday. Hyper Jetpack League. This is another one of those games where, again, another type of Subway Surfer type of game. As you can see, you're a robot. You got to make it through and survive, and you get to upgrade the robot. All that cool stuff, so give it a rock. Bloodline Heroes Elliptis. Now, the reason why we're showing this, I have covered this before in the past. This is the SEA version and the Eastern version. This is not global. It's not global. I just want to repeat that again. A lot of people complained when I did the video the first time around and said, I can't play. I'm from over here. And I'm like, bro, use the APK you could play. And they were like, well, I can't find it in the Play Store. Like, that's why I'm showing you the APK. Why are you in the Play Store? Like, it's the weirdest thing for me on my channel. If I don't show you the Play Store, that probably means that it is blocked somehow. That's why you're looking at this. Don't go to the Play Store. Like, don't just do what you want. Like, I'm literally giving you the easiest option right there. Get the APK. I will literally link you guys something in an APK combo, APK pure, on purpose, and say, hey, here's the download and everything else. And then I'll have somebody in the comment section, it's not in the Play Store. And I would be like, I want to throw a desk at you. like, what are you doing? Like, stop it. Like, this is here for a reason. I've been meaning to say that. Don't do what you want. When I show you this, that means that it's not on the Play Store. You could usually tell. And the reason why it's not on the Play Store is because they probably didn't pay for it to be on the Play Store. A lot of companies don't want to pay that because Google be trying to be like Amazon and just take all your money. And I understand because I've actually had to deal with it. Me making a game, of how much that actually costs and how much they take. I completely understand why stuff don't be on the Play Store. So don't think of them too harshly because it's kind of expensive, yo. Just putting it out there. Strikers 1945 RE. So obviously, if you're an older gamer, you know 1944, 1943, 1944, and 1945. These are all World War shooter games that kind of look like this. This franchise is extremely fun, and this is the global version. I believe I did the early access SEA version before. I don't remember if it was SEA or not, but this game is fun too. So this is one that you should look out for if you're used to that. It's a quick hitter type of game. You're not gonna like get a whole bunch of content. Remember, mobile games are not meant for that. We have to remember that at the course of time. I'm gonna talk about that at the end of the video. That these games are meant for you to play on the go and just go about it. Dungeon Hunter 6. Now, I don't know where 4 and 5 came from. I remember there's 3, but apparently there were 4 and 5, but now there's 6, and that's going to be coming out. If you're old school and Gacha, you know what Dungeon Hunter is about, so have at it. There's nothing else to really explain. It's just the next version of it. Now, Lost Eden I covered a while ago. This is like Black Desert, RPG manager, and you just run around and the characters look really cool and stuff like that. This is the JP version. Those of you want to just mess around with it. I'm over these types of games, if I'm going to be honest. Next up, which is I found interesting, but I have a problem with this. Invincible is getting a game. Now, the problem I have with this, from looking at the trailer, there was another superhero game that came out like last year, and this is literally that game with just Invincible heroes in it. It's the exact same game. In the exact, they have the same icons and everything. They have the same combat. It's the same UI, and I was like, y'all just put Invincible over that game. That game got canceled. Why would you, like, Invincible's not gonna save a bad prototype. Like Ubisoft, like, it's like they just went and took that. For one thing, let me tell you what Ubisoft did, which is why people always get on Ubisoft, and they're gonna see this and probably be mad. I don't care. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Ubisoft went into Unity, on the Unity store, and got the engine that made this game. Instead of making the goddamn game, they went and bought the engine and just put these characters over that. There's an engine specifically that makes this game, which is why the other game was like that, which is why there's like 10,000 clones that kind of look like this. And why, like, companies just don't do their research. They just be hiring college kids who probably didn't even play a game beyond Hello Kitty and said, hey, this is a good idea. Like, I can't, yo. Like, I can't. Ubisoft is like $1 billion company. Like what? How? Ooh. Bruh. And y'all better not mess up Resurgence, because you're already messed up as it is, because you got this, they keep releasing the, like, oh, hey, like, Canadian server only. Hey, Mexican server. Can global CBT, Ubisoft, stop being trash. Like, what the hell is Shark World? I can't, yo. Next up, which might be the hype of the video, but it's not. After the Rigu, or whatever that word is, Rigu. I did that on purpose. It's Asatoricus. And this is going to be Fire Emblem, but anime. Well, Fire Emblem is kind of anime too. It tries. But that's what this is. Look out for this one, because it's going to be hype. People are going to be loving it. The Arknight people are going to be hating, but still play it on the low anyway while they're still hating, because that's what Arknight people be doing. Arknight, like, bruh, Arknight community is the weirdest community. It's so funny. They be hardcore for Arknights, and anything else come, and it's not Arknights. It's not anime enough. I'm mad. Why are you playing this game? Arknights is #1, you fool. And then they be low-key playing another game. Like, they did that with Counterside. I be seeing Arknight people playing Counterside. Don't think people don't see y'all playing. Like, stop it. Next up, which is also hype, Blue Archive is finally at the end of the main story. And the reason why this is so cool is because the game actually grows up from this point. It gets dark, yo. All that kid stuff is out of here. Chibi, it's still gonna be chibi, but characters, like all the characters coming in after this point, are more adult because there's time skips, and it takes a more adult tone. Things just get cooler in this. This is like this is where I wish Blue Archive started. At this point, I wish it started at this point, even though it's gonna be kind of sad. It's sad because of what happens. And how you grown with these characters, but this is where the game actually gets good, and where when I saw this, I was like, time to reinstall. Like, should you reinstall? Like, time to reinstall. This is it right here. So yeah, I'm so far behind though, but that means I got a bunch of currency. So when all the grown-up looking waifus like Shiroka right here, well, I didn't. I just want to. I didn't. Don't you play no music, because I'm gonna cut you off. like more adult Shiroka right here, where she gets all thick and grown up and everything else like that. Well, she ain't really thick, but you get the gist of it. Don't read the comments. Comments is just, they just spoiler everything. Just ignore the comments. Last but certainly not least, Remnant 2, which is a PC game for $49.99 USD. Might be the best $49.99 USD that you will spend this year on the game. Also like Diablo, but it's probably going to be a hit. Game of the year level type. Just give you a hint already. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's co-op. And those of you remember, I played Remnant on the channel. Played it a lot back in the PC base, and this is just better Remnant in every way, shape, and form. And if you didn't know, Remnant is a Souls-like game, and guns and everything else is a amazing, cool, lit prototype. Like anything that you can possibly think of, that you can possibly say is Remnant. It's a good game. So this is the hype of the week. Definitely, if there's ever a time to spend some money and play a game on PC, this is it right here, and this is the game. And that's all I really got for you guys this week. But what we're going to really talk about at the end of this is the state of Gacha. And then I'm going to explain to you what exactly I do, because I have to explain that sometime. Okay, so here's the thing. If you haven't noticed, games come out this year and last year, and they don't last very long. And it's not that they're garbage. It's not that they're trash. And we were talking about it in Discord. We had answered with one dude who was just salty. I don't know what was his problem. As far as things, is this that he was really, really like kind of like upset with Gacha. It's like, this crap. Nobody should be paying for anything. Gacha's dead and everything else. Gacha is dead, by the way. If you haven't gotten the memo, the whole industry for Gacha is dead right now. It just is. With that said, and let me explain what dead actually means. Consumer confidence is a thing. It's like a living, breathing organism, even though it's not. And what's happening in Gacha right now is that because of the pandemic, it took a huge toll on the whole world. There's not enough money, expendable money to be put into these games. You got to survive. The cost of living is up by 25%, which means majority of the time, that 25% was what you would have used in games like this. But because the cost of living is up, like freaking to buy like lettuce in the supermarket is like $10 goddamn dollars. Like milk is like $10. Like everything, this is simply the stuff that you would normally have to do is all more expensive now. So where would you get that money? Obviously out of the gaming that you would have been doing before, or the recreational things that you were doing. It doesn't necessarily have to be gaming. It could be just going to movies or whatever else like this. You have to survive. You got to eat. You got to pay your bills. You got to take care of your kids. You got to like all the type of stuff. It's now more expensive. So that means that all of these gacha games that we used to put that type of money on and stuff like that, you don't have that anymore. Now put that together with the companies aren't getting that money anymore, and the fact that the cost of servers went up by 3 times the amount of what it would normally be. So even if you get a popular game, a company may not be able to afford to keep that popular game going that way, which is why you see a lot of games just suddenly just say in the terms of service, because they can't afford to keep it open, because the cost of actually running the game outweighs the money that they're getting in because the public is spending less. That was pretty much what murdered Gacha at this point. But then there was a third blow to this. Companies realizing what was happening said, hey, we need to make more cost efficient games. Which when it happened, you guys, a lot of people got upset with me when I was like, this is bad, don't do this, because this is not the way that this is not going to work. You still have to make quality games to figure out how to make it work. When Precone rose to what it was, I was like, this is a trash game. This is an idle game. I get it. This is like, it's not going to work like this. You can't don't hype this because this is going to be the end of everything. And I've said that multiple times, pissed a lot of people off, and what the F happened? Because I literally said this. I was the main person, and then they made Reddit posts saying I was hating and everything else. I don't know what I was talking about. I was like, don't hype that game because they're going to make 1 million of them, and then that's going to be the end of it all, because I saw that this was what possibly was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to be this bad. Nobody could predicted that. But I did predict that if you make a lazy-ass game super popular, that's going to spawn more lazy-ass games. Now, the first couple of things that I explained were not in my equation. I just put in that if you make a lazy-ass game like Precone popular, that everybody's going to decide to try to make that game. What happened is that consequence of games like Precone coming to rise and AFK Arena and all those type of things, they made too much money. So that made other companies say, hey, I'm trying to get that money too. And it's like lazy as F to make this game. It costs like $10 to make this game. Let's go do that. Let's buy some licenses. Like, a license costs more than the damn game. And I'm not even kidding when I say $10. Some of the games that literally, like, go on Unity and Unreal Store, see how much it costs to buy some of the engines there. Like, it'll be like from $10 to $100 to buy the engine to actually make the game. The license will be like 10, 50, 100K type of stuff, but to actually get the stuff to make the game is less than $100. Which, yeah, if y'all look this up and start to realize how lazy some of these games are, you'll start to feel and see what the problem is with a lot of the things. So put that all together now. You have the fact the public has less money to actually spend on it. The fact that cost of living is up and cost to actually run these games is up. You have the fact that they oversaturated the market with lazy ass trash games that nobody don't want to play no more. Like, it's one thing if the public was specifically asking for that type of stuff, but the public wasn't asking for that type of stuff. It's just that a niche game became popular, so they started to put the niche game and tried to make it mainstream, and that did not work. It was the worst industry decision by a bunch of companies that was ever done. It did not work. It catastrophically backfired now, because all of those games are now canceled. All of those games are now at the point of where they just are, like, most of them when they come out now, dead. So what's happening now, because the consumer confidence is shot in Gacha, is that when these games come out, if they don't hit right away, they're done. That's it. Now there's games that have, like, I guess you could say, like, niche and like population that can sustain themselves and they'll be okay. Ep.116 is one of those games. It's surprisingly in the game that just came out. Outer Plane is another one of the game that can sustain themselves. Decay is a game that can sustain itself. One game that we just saw right here, Blue Archive, can sustain itself. Dragon Ball Legends, Dokkan. You can go like those games already have legacies so they can sustain themselves. Newer games coming in, a classic example of Brown Dust 2. There's nothing wrong with Brown Dust 2. Literally nothing wrong with Brown Dust 2. The problem with Brown Dust 2 is it didn't have enough content to sustain itself beyond 2 weeks. It's over already for Brown Dust 2. It just is. It's over. They allow we have new games coming in. And now a game that just came out, Snowbreak, might end up in the same boat. Eversoul is already done. Is GG for Eversoul. Like, and if you notice what has happened with those games, like the minute that they came out, they lasted for a month and then everybody dipped. Hegan, done. Like, and it's not that the games suck, it's because they're mobile games and they weren't meant to be played the way that we played them. Like, we literally sit here and play them like console games and everything else, and they're meant to be played over a long term of time, not for you to basically spend console hours on them, 40 hours straight, 40 hours straight, and then, like, they're not meant to last like that. They're meant to last that over the course of time after you spreading out the 40 hours, like if you have 1 to 2 hours a day. But we don't play those games like that, especially during the pandemic, especially during now. People are playing mobile games like their console games and their PC games, and that is the problem right there, that they're not like that. That's why these games are lasting 1 to 2 weeks, and then everybody, this game sucks, we ain't got nothing to do. It's because we're playing it too long. And it's not really the company's fault, because that's what they're meant to be played as. Like, you know, it's supposed to last 40 to 50 hours of prolonged time, not directed time. And so that leads us to the point of where consumers are not happy because they're putting mobile on the same platform as that, which leads to the stigma where people say, oh, it's a mobile game, it's trash, like it barely have any content, it's pay to win and everything and stuff like that. Is because it's being played outside of what it normally is supposed to be played as. And that's where we have the whole crash. Like we're literally living through the mobile and gacha crash right now. Games come out and they're dead like immediately. One, like just literally. Another classic example of that, which I never thought it would happen, Dragon Nest 2. Dragon Nest 2 came out dead. It just can't. 2 days dead. Because it's Dragon Nest. And I hate that for Dragon Nest, but 2 days dead, gone, bye. like it hurts. It hurts that that's the way things are right now, but they just are. So I hope you kind of like understand the whole way that it rolls. And the other thing, I'll briefly sum up. People kind of like ask, like, what do you do with YouTube? How do you make money? What is my goal? So my channel basically is what I do is I cover games. And I am a reviewer now, even more so now, because there's no point in hanging out in any one gacha game anymore with the market the way it is right now. We can have fun in it, but I can just tell you guys right now, most of the games coming out right now are not going to last a month. They're not. It's just the way the market is right now. Mobile is officially, like, gacha is the way the games that we play right now is dead. It just is. Not dead like oh my god, you can't do it and stuff like that. It's dead because it can't sustain itself right now. There's not enough money for it to sustain itself. So don't get. Well, I tried to warn you guys last week. This is what I was trying to warn you of, is to be careful where you put your money at, because majority of these games probably won't exist in a year from now. Just the way the reality of the situation. My job is to review games and PC, mobile, and stuff like that. And I'm official press reviewer. I have press credentials, like official press credentials, my actual real name. Reason I got invited to China, actually, literally this morning before this video, I got invited to China, which is pretty interesting. I had to figure out if I can actually physically do that. But that's my job, game review. I actually get paid the game review, like it's, when I say a sponsored video, when the video is a sponsored. How much each video depends on what the company is and how much they want. But my sponsors out, like the sponsors and what I get paid to do, like sponsorship and everything else, is like almost 2 to 3 times more than what I actually get paid on the YouTube channel now. If I could have already, I would not even be doing YouTube videos anymore. I would just be doing reviews. That's just the way that it is right now. That's the way YouTube is right now. YouTube nerfed itself so much that making videos, you can't sustain yourself in life doing that. Even if you're popular, it's still just not enough, because YouTube has nerfed that so much the past 10 years. So for everybody who's trying to be a YouTuber, you have to go for your sponsorships. You have to get yourself professional. You have to make sure you can start getting press credentials and start doing official reviews. So when games come out, like if Capcom wants me to handle a game, then you're actually getting paid to actually do that per video. And that's how you survive out here. Now you can do Twitch and YouTube and everything else like that. But me personally, that is what I do, and that's how I do it. I don't make the most views out there because I kind of do it legitly. Most of the legit channels usually hang out between 10 to 20,000 to 30,000 views a week, except if they're super popular. Anybody in Gacha right now, outside of maybe, and this is going to be a directed statement too, it is very truthful, you can look it up if you want, outside of maybe, anyway, the average is on videos with Gacha right now is between 10 to 20k on views. When you start seeing the 100k, it's bogus. I'm telling you right now, it's bogus. It's 100% bogus. They're cheating. They're buying views. It's just is what it is. YouTube doesn't stop it because YouTube is still getting paid. They will nerf them. They'll nerf their money, and they just won't. They'll have like $100,000 video and get paid $10. But as a YouTube is not going to stop that. Like I can just tell you straight from source, YouTube is just going to let them waste their time and money doing stuff like that and just never be rich. Like you'll see guys like 100,000. Like if I get 100,000, I'll give you an example real quick. I have a video that is notorious and went viral and everything else like that. And I showed and explained this video before. It's the alien hunter video that almost has 1 million views on it. That video alone is 100k video. That's how much money. That's because that over the course of time that it's been out, like ad companies have been like, I got contacted literally. It's literally like 100k video. It has almost 1 million views, but which when you think about it, how much that sucks that it almost has 1 million views. That's how much I got paid for that. But it's a legacy video. Now you think that when you see somebody who is averaging maybe 1 million, 2 million views, if they are legitly doing it, they will be rich and be sitting in lavish houses and stuff like this. You see people who are doing like 3-4 million views a month, driving Hondas, eating cup of noodles, not actually having a good haircut, like chilling with a bad computer. Like, it don't add up. Y'all need to think about that. I was like, it don't add up. It don't add up. No sponsors, by the way. And the reason why they don't have sponsors is because one of the first things that companies do, because they're smart now, is they say, hey, we're going to sponsor you. We want to link to your channel. When a company links to your channel, they can see your watch time. They can see how your videos are due and when they actually peak and everything else. A homegrown video will peak and move up over time. It won't get like 10k and Gacha in like 10 minutes the first hour. That there's no market for that. Where are those views coming from? It's not a PC game. Like, bro, we ain't playing Diablo. It's like a freaking RPG manager. How the hell did you get 10k in the first hour? The people who cheat, who views cheat, I don't even think they even use like rationale. Like what do you like yo, we playing Hello Kitty. How the hell you got 10k people in an hour trying to look at Hello Kitty? What the fuck? Like yo, like it's so blatantly cheating, y'all. like I don't understand. Like and when I called it out before, like a year ago and 2 years ago, people got mad at me like, why you saying that? Like, because it's cheating and it messes up everybody. It goes to all our channels. It messes up all our watch time because the bots move to other channels. It makes everybody lose money. That's why I called it out, because I don't want it. I don't want your crappy ass stuff on my channel. Like you would do. Like it would be one thing if they can do that and it be housed just to them. But when it's affecting everybody's money, I'm pissed off at that. Like no, like you keep your crappy bots and you're making no money lifestyle on your dumbass channel. Don't bring it on my channel. But I have to inherit it because people are doing the same type of videos I'm doing, and that makes me lose. You're taking money out my pocket where I officially want to fight and kick your ass at that point because you're a stupid mofo who decided to be lazy and not do it the right way. I can't, yo. I can't. And y'all be like, people be really asking me why I don't F with everybody in the Gacha community. That's why. Because they almost single-handedly ruining it for everybody in the whole entire genre. So, and one of the reasons why a lot of Gacha people don't have sponsors, because companies know. They know. Like, they literally link to your channel and see, oh, you have you have 10 million views on your channel and got 2-minute watch time. Bruh. That's why I showed on in my Discord. You can still look at it right now in the general tab. I showed my watch time on my videos and everything like this because I want to show people how it works so they can understand. I average channels watch time should be between 8 to 20 minutes, depending on what type of videos you have. Mine is 11 minutes on videos that are 20 minutes on average, and then under that, mine hovers around 7 to 8 minutes. That's where you should be at. Historically, HypeWatch, as far as percent watched, HypeWatch is over 50%. No matter how long it is on HypeWatch, you guys watch it 50% of the time, like the whole thing, which is crazy. Which is why HypeWatch is like, it makes me the most money on the channel as a YouTuber, because you guys just sit and watch this, which I appreciate. At the end of the day, that's what we're going to end it on, because this ended up longer because I had to explain. I knew this was going to be long because I had to explain, but this is my what goes on with me right now as far as industry wise. Why I told you last week to kind of like save your money, or this week what I do, and the things that I have to actually worry about and do. Like, to be honest with you, if I could not be a YouTuber anymore and just be a reviewer and not have to deal with people basically costing me money because they're stupid ass, I would do it. I would be honest. I'm just being honest with you. I would just not be a YouTuber no more and just be a reviewer. But I actually need the channel to be a reviewer, to be honest with you. Companies want the channel, because I actually thought about just not doing it anymore and just being a reviewer, but you can't really do that. I would have to like start like my own reviewing thing, and that's very hard to do right now. And then I'm also a black reviewer, which is even more stigmatized. That's a completely different story for a completely different video. Like, that's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. It's sad to say that, but it's just not worth it. It'll take a very long time, and it's very problematic, and it's just not worth doing. I'm not trying to be the Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King of gaming like that. Like, that's literally like the type of level of how much kickback that you get for trying to be like black media like that. It's fine if you're a YouTube personality and you have press credentials. They don't care. I get sent press credentials all the time for everything. They don't care. But the minute that you show up and try to be a reviewer and stand in front of a camera and be like IGN, they ain't effing with you. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. That's just how the industry is. It's just as racist as anything else. So I will catch you guys next video. Peace, and hopefully you enjoyed all this. I gave you a very in-depth look on Gacha and what it is to be a YouTuber. Peace. Thank you, Legends, for getting to the end of the video. We do 3 to 4 videos every day. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be first in notification squad. I love everybody who stops by, and I will see you next video. Peace.